What is up, YouTube? It's your boy David Lewis from the Best Take Podcast. And before we get into this video, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. And I also want to give a big shout out to GOAT James Kingdom. You guys go over there. Make sure you guys go over there and show them love. I was on their show recently. And let's get straight into this video. Now, this video is a continuation of a conversation that was happening on GOAT James Kingdom's last live stream. And even though on that live stream we got into so many different things, I wanted to talk about what he was talking about before I got on, which was basically Johnny, the host of GOAT James Kingdom, was basically saying that Kobe Bryant prevented Shaq from winning more championships. And he even went on to say that Shaquille O'Neal would win those 3 championships with or without Kobe Bryant. Now, do I personally believe that Shaquille O'Neal would three-peat without Kobe Bryant and without a great replacement replacing him? No, I do not believe that. Unfortunately, no, I do not believe that. Now, do I believe that Kobe prevented Shaq from winning more championships? Yes and no. I kind of feel like it was kind of really both of their fault, especially when you take into account that Shaquille O'Neal actually played in the NBA years before Kobe Bryant was in the league. And I'm also taking into account that Kobe Bryant and Shaq were beefing before they were winning championships, while they were winning championships, and a little bit even after they were winning championships. And their beef really took peak around 2003 and 2004, especially in 2004, because that's when they eventually broke up after losing to the Detroit Pistons in the finals. But I want to show you what Johnny actually said, so let's roll the clip.
I brought up players here that could win championships with Shaq, and Shaq's winning championships with or without Kobe.
Who are you replacing Kobe with?
Here we go. Start off with Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Gary Payton, Jerry Stackhouse, Michael Finley, Ray Allen, Eddie Jones, Allen Houston, Paul Pierce, or Jalen Rose. These are players that in their stats between 2000 to 2004, 5-year span. The star represents players that would definitely win the 3 championships with Shaquille O'Neal and actually win more, because they would have not have been upset at being sidekicks for Shaquille O'Neal, and they would have won more after 2004. And then I'm going to add, obviously, the check marks for these are, again, the stars are also to add that the players with the stars are players who were top 15 as fourth quarter scorers between 2000 and 2002 in the guard position. And the guys with the checks are the ones who were at least that for a year or two during the span of that time, and they were top 15. So those are the players, and those are the players I'm naming. That you put them alongside this Shaquille O'Neal, you got championships.
Now, I actually do respect this take. I'm only going to really focus on the guys that he put stars on, which would be Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. I also respect and agree from this point and aspect that he's using. He's actually using the statistical production that they were bringing in the fourth quarter around this time when Kobe and Shaq were three-peating. So I do like that he actually brought up and actually showed the production they were actually doing around this time in the fourth quarter. Because Kobe's role on the Kobe and Shaq Lakers was to let Shaq dominate the first 3 games, and then you can close out the game in the fourth quarter. And based on these numbers and statistics that these guys were doing during the three-peat era with Shaq and Kobe, it's not actually crazy to think that these guys would help Shaq three-peat because of what they were already doing in the fourth quarter on their own teams. So imagine what they could do with a prime Shaquille O'Neal at his peak. So from this aspect, just going off of statistics alone and the production they were bringing in the fourth quarter, I don't think it was crazy for him to say that. So actually, just from this standpoint, I do agree on that. Now, shout out to Low, aka Legend of Winning. He even hopped up on the podcast and he even explained why, from his point of view, why guys like T-Mac or Allen Iverson wouldn't help Shaquille O'Neal three-peat. Roll the clip.
But now, why you go do that? And why you go do that? I got to ask you this, because I asked Herm this. He got upset with me. I don't know why he got upset with me. Since it's because of Kobe as well, because you said he would win 1 with Tracy McGrady, if that, and all these other guys. So, okay, let me ask you this. If he's not winning 3 with these guys, is there any one of these guys he could win 3 with, or none of them?
I don't. My issue with the three-peating is that I think that there's a lot that goes into three-peating beyond just looking at numbers. Like Shaq himself wasn't really that motivated to also three-peat either. So that you would have to like find someone who would also be motivated enough to do those things.
Now, taking into account of everything A. Johnny and Lowe has said, I would say my final conclusion on this topic is that at best, I believe if T-Mac or Allen Iverson was replaced with Kobe Bryant and they played with a peak Shaq during the three-peat era, or the years Kobe and Shaq actually three-peated, I would say at best, max, realistically, take it to everything that we just heard from them into play or into action, I would say they would probably win 2 championships max, and that 2 championships would be a back-to-back, so they would win 2 years in a row. I would say 2000 and 2001 would probably be the best realistic chance. Three-peating, again, factoring in what Lowe just said about what they would do outside the court and being motivated to three-peat, I think that does take a lot of things into perspective. But my final question is, what do you guys all think? Let me know down in the comment section below, because I'm out of here. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.